if we talk about the rights, is ensuring openness, transparency, and accountability to democratic countries. So democratic countries like our country, the Philippines, we are one of the democratic country of the entire universe, or in this world, or in this planet. So however, freedom of expression is not an absolute right, and may be lawful, restricted in, in specific and limited conditions. Under human rights law, and specifically Article 19 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, or ICCPR. So there are the three parts of test, and determines whether a restrictions of freedom of expression is a legitimate. Any restrictions on freedom of expressions must those. So this is the three important. So the number one, be provided for by law. The number two, pursue a legitimate aim. Number three, be necessary for a legitimate purpose. So first we're going to tackle about the part one. So restriction must be provided for by law. So a restriction of freedom of expression should be provided for by a prior existing law of binding norms and adopted by competing authorities, and which is formulated with sufficient precision to enable citizens to regulate their conduct accordingly. So the law or norms must be therefore be clear, publicly accessible, and easily understood by everyone. Or otherwise it could risk having a chilling effect or free speech by preceding the scope of permissible restriction. So the importance of the part 1, or the provided for by a law, his rule is to hear about the speech of everybody, the importance of speech by everyone, or everyone who wants to express their freedom about their thoughts, about their rights to express their freedom about of their believing of what they really thought it's gonna be good, or they stands for what. So let's proceed to another part. So part 2, restriction must be pursue a legitimate aim. So in Article 19 paragraph 3 of the ICCPR details for essential grounds for restriction. There are 4 essential grounds of the legitimate aims. So 1 is respect of the rights or reputations of others. 2, the protection of public health. So 3, the protection of national security of the public order. And number 4, the protections of moral. So number 1, respect for the rights or reputations of others. It's really common for us if we talks about the rights. So we should always respect anybody's decisions, everyone's rights, everybody's to express their feelings of what they really thought. I guess I say back again, but it's really important. So the second one is the protection of public health. If we talk about the public health, it's really had a big impact for us as a democratic country, as a Filipino citizens, that we're living in a democratic country. So we really hard for giving up protections for us, especially